So has anyone ever tried to keep a wild animal as a pet? It's 99.7 DJX.
I mean, I can't imagine that's recommended or would ever go well.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you're, like, on a road trip and you pass by an animal, maybe it's a deer, you might go, oh, look, deer, or you might pass by, it's something cooler than that. Like, oh, my gosh, look at that. It looks like a wild pig or whatever. And you
put it in the car, let's take it home.
And you point at it to your passenger princess, they snap some photos, and there it is. That's it. That's the end. But if you can manage to make it through the day without picking up that wild animal and taking it on your road trip, feeding it only Taco Bell, you're doing okay.
What the heck?
To Canada we go. Where a couple dudes in Ontario picked up a bear. Yes, a bear.
I like bears, I think they're cool. I think about bears in the house.
Come on now.
When I'm driving, when I'm eating, when I'm walking with a knife, when I'm hiking, when I'm dancing,
making love to my wife.
Of course. So how logistically did they make this happen?
So it was a cub. That's why.
Okay, yes.
And
smaller.
Yeah. So they saw the cub, they picked it up, and they took it with them and basically fed it Taco Bell.
Come on now. That is not a good diet for a baby bear.
No, the Miriam, she works for a wildlife rescue center there in Canada. Kind of talked about it.
The bear was quite lethargic. I should mention he was fed Taco Bell, so I'm sure his innards weren't feeling so great neither. And he was just really stressed.
Yeah, well, yeah, the bear's stressed. Not only is it in a weird environment, but you're feeding it Taco Bell.
Yeah. It's not a great idea.
I mean, it wrecks our stomach. What do you think it's going to do to a poor bear?
Seriously, that is not typically in a bear's diet.
Yeah, and basically they're saying, hey, look, common sense says it's a wild animal and leave them in the wild. Right. And number two, it's a bear.
Now, granted, they have been known to dig through campers' trash and to try to, rummage through people. Sometimes they break into cabins, in the woods and get into the fridge and stuff. But yeah, typically, no, Taco Bell, not a great idea.
I mean, these guys in Canada probably saw one too many videos of a bear chilling out in someone's hot tub in the back, that backs up onto, some woods or something like that.
Yeah, probably thought, they look cool. They like to hang out.
Wow, look at that. Look at that little bear cub. I'm going to raise it and make it my own.
Oh, what is this about? It's Canada, so.
Yeah, no, I got that. I got that. So, yeah, again, if you happen to see a bear on the side of the road.
Leave it on the side of the road.
Yep, that's your Setting the Bar story.
Good note.
On 99.7 DJX. Now, that being said, has anyone actually tried to keep a wild animal as a pet?
More specifically, success stories.
My curiosity is getting the better of me here.
Do you have a wild animal right now? How's it going?
At this point, that I would like to accept your stories.
That's great. Don't do that, but tell us if you're doing that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or maybe you know someone who has. I have a story.
You do?
I do. I have a story I can kick it off with coming up next.